So I make a research in order for me to decide what iPhone I should buy.
Should I buy the iPhone 14 Pro Max or should I buy the iPhone 13 Pro Max?
Sir Ferns TV. Sir Ferns TV. Hello friends, this is Ferns and Brad and you're watching Sir Ferns TV! For today's video, I'll be unboxing stuff. But before we do that, please don't forget to hit like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell so that you'll be updated for my latest videos and to help your friends see my video for today. I am an Apple user and I really appreciate their products, especially with the mobile phones. Just recently, iPhone 14 Pro Max has been released in the market. But buying the latest iPhone is not my thing. It's just a coincidence that my iPhone 12, which I purchased 2 years ago, was destroyed. What happened with my iPhone 12 is, whenever someone calls me, I can't hear the person calling me unless I will put in a speaker mode or I will put some earphone. A few days ago, I sent my iPhone 12 to the iMac store and they said that they're going to see the defect and I have to leave my phone there for a few more days or a few more weeks because they're going to see what really happened. And I'm hoping that it will be repaired or even replaced because that's the agent says. It will be replaced whenever there is factory defect in it. Leaving my phone at the iMac store is an emergency situation for me and right now I have no phone. That is why I am deciding to buy a new phone and not because there is a new or latest iPhone in the market. And because of what happened, I am now forced to decide to buy a new phone. And so I make a research in order for me to decide what iPhone I should buy.
Should I buy the iPhone 14 Pro Max or should I buy the iPhone 13 Pro Max?
Friends, at the end of this video, you're going to find out which iPhone I chose to buy because we're going to make an unboxing at the end of this video. Let's go! During my research, I found some videos who are questioning, is it really worth to upgrade from iPhone 13 Pro Max to iPhone 14 Pro Max? Let's find out. Honestly, there's really not much difference between the appearance of the iPhone 13 Pro Max and the iPhone 14 Pro Max. Though they are identical, here are some of the differences that we can see at the first glance. First is the camera bump. The camera bump at the back of the phone is much larger with iPhone 14 Pro Max and is smaller in the iPhone 13 Pro Max. At the top of the screen, you will see the notch in the iPhone 13 Pro Max. Now, with the iPhone 14 Pro Max, they replaced it into a dynamic island. With the iPhone 13 Pro Max, the notch is located at the uppermost side of the screen, while the dynamic island with the iPhone 14 Pro Max is placed much lower, which is more of a disadvantage for me. If we place the two phones side by side, in terms of the physical appearance, the iPhone 13 Pro Max is much taller, but the iPhone 14 Pro Max is much thicker. But they are of the same weight, which is 240 grams. When in standby mode, the iPhone 14 Pro Max has this new feature, which is it will not turn off the screen, but it only dims. And with the iPhone 13 Pro Max, it turns off the screen when in standby mode. So this is also an issue.
Because battery life of iPhone 13 Pro Max is way much better than the iPhone 14 Pro Max.
And this is a disadvantage for the iPhone 14 Pro Max because it consumes more battery compared to iPhone 13 Pro Max, which will turn off in standby mode. So in comparison, iPhone 13 Pro Max is better because it can save in terms of battery. In terms of the chipset, it improves with the iPhone 14 Pro Max because it uses A16 Bionic, while in the iPhone 13 Pro Max it's only A15 Bionic. That's not much to be considered of. When we talk of the SIM tray, iPhone 13 Pro Max has only one SIM tray and can be upgraded with 2 eSIM. But with iPhone 14 Pro Max, it has dual SIM tray and can be upgraded with up to 8 SIM eSIM. Those are some of the differences, but when in terms of the physical appearance, it's just the same. It is still ceramic in the front of the phone, and it is also ceramic at the back, and with stainless steel in the side of it. And in terms of sound, they are just the same. So most likely, if we compare the two, they are just very identical with a slight changes on it. But in terms of deciding which to buy between the two, is we really matter within these two important things: the camera and the price. Based on the videos that I have researched, there is not much difference in cameras in terms of the iPhone 13 Pro Max and the iPhone 14 Pro Max, even if it is upgraded from 12 megapixels to 48 megapixels with iPhone 14 Pro Max. They showed picture results of the camera, which is very identical in the daylight. But the difference is in the dim light. iPhone 14 Pro Max is better, and in terms of motion, when you are in motion and having video, iPhone 14 Pro Max is better. Just this picture that controls the motion of the video. And the most important thing that I consider in deciding which among the two to buy is the price. The iPhone 14 Pro Max costs $83,990 in the market as of today, while the iPhone 13 Pro Max is $69,990. So there is a 14,000 pesos difference, and now I can decide which among the two I should buy. Weighing the two phones, iPhone 14 Pro Max and iPhone 13 Pro Max, I have now my decision. But because let me justify my decision, because I am really not a person who goes with the trend or what is the latest. I am with the practicality of the thing. So now I have decided to buy the iPhone 13 Pro Max. And if you are having the iPhone 13 Pro Max, it is not advisable to have the update or upgrade, because it is really not much difference or not much upgrade in it. The camera improvement is there, but it is not much dramatically better. If you're having iPhone 13 Pro Max now and you're deciding to buy iPhone 14 Pro Max, it's not I don't think it's not worth the upgrade. After reviewing and researching about those things, I now decide that I will buy the iPhone 13 Pro Max, and I have it here. Let's go and unbox it with the help of my friend Roxy. Let's now start the unboxing. Let's go! Hello mga kasana all, and finally dumating na ang aking new phone, ang iPhone 13 Pro Max.
Bago natin simulan ang pag-open, shoutout pala kay Ma'am Jovi Vicente dahil siya ang videographer natin ngayon.
Okay, start na natin.
So I'm so excited. This is so fresh from the store and very sealed.
Roxy, please do the honors.
So meron po siyang dalawang seal, isa sa taas, isa pa sa baba. So yan o, nakikita niyo, focus na focus.
I got my new iPhone 14 Pro Max. So we have the phone, yung back. Okay. Plus, as you see, meron siyang 3 cameras sa likod. Ayan. May 3 cameras pa siya. At dito naman sa harapan, so very protected siya kasi sealed na sealed pa yung front natin. So, let's do it. Let's open the seal for the very first time. Oh, ano siya. So, as you see, malaki po ang iPhone 13 Pro Max kasi 6.7 inches po siya. So inside the box is the unit, the phone, and of course we have the cable for charging. C-type po siya. Okay, lightning cable po tawag. Wala na po siyang yung ulo, wala na siya. So inside the yung papers, instruction manual, then for SIM na injector, and a sticker. Kita mo yung sticker, Rox? Ayan. Okay, so this is the iPhone 13 Pro Max.
I'm so happy and I'm so excited because coming from a small phone of iPhone 12 which is 6.1 inches, now I have the 6.7 inches which is the iPhone 13 Pro Max. So I'm so happy and excited to use it. So mga kasana all, that ends our unboxing with Roxy of my new Apple iPhone 13 Pro Max. So guys, kita-kita tayo sa next video. At saka kung may comments kayo, i-comment nyo lang. Bye-bye!
And that ends my video for today. I hope you learned something about my story in deciding which phone to buy, the iPhone 14 Pro Max or the iPhone 13 Pro Max. I hope you learned a lot, or I hope you learned something. If you have much more thoughts about my video, or if you want to suggest something or to ask something, just comment down below and I will read it and I will discuss it in the next video. So I will now say goodbye, but before that, don't forget to hit like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell so that you'll be updated with the videos that I post. Thank you so much. Bye-bye.
Sir Ferns TV. Sir Ferns TV.